Welcome to Rex. In this video, we'll be learning about how to create and analyze contingency tables using Rex. A contingency table is a special type of frequency distribution table that is used to summarize the relationship between two categorical variables. In this table, each cell represents the frequencies for particular combinations of values of two discrete random variables. Because of this, contingency tables can be used to analyze the independence, association, and homogeneity of two categorical variables. Let's first take a look at our data. The following data was obtained for 2,996 participants. The participants' race, which included non-Hispanic whites, African Americans, Asians, and others, as well as the participants' probability of being infected with virus X. This was compared to the average infection rate and thus classified as either high or normal. Let's say we want to analyze the relationship between race and infection rate. In order to run our analysis, we first select our data, go to Categorical, and click Contingency Table. We will first be using the Variable tab to define the dependent variables, which can either be nominal or ordinal. As we can see, the headings in the first row of the Excel datasheet are displayed under All Variables. We can use the arrow buttons to add or remove variables from each option. For the data format, we will select Data because we are analyzing data in an Excel sheet. We then set race and infection as our nominal dependent variables. Next, we go to the Analysis tab. This tab is used to set the order of levels, as in the categories, of each ordinal dependent variable. However, in our example today, there are no ordinal dependent variables, so the menu is disabled. Finally, we can go to the Output tab. We can use this tab to select the statistics to output, as well as any other graphs. First, we want to have the observed frequencies in our contingency table. We also want to output the percentages based on the row variable. Next, we want to output a mosaic plot for the dependent variable. This plot is useful for visualizing the frequency for each level of a variable. Once we are done setting up our analysis, we click OK. Once the analysis is complete, a window pops up with the results. Let's take a look at our results. Let's first take a look at our contingency table. We are able to see the observed frequencies as well as the row percentage values for each combination of variables. Here, the row percentage values indicate that there are higher rates of infection among non-Hispanic whites and Asians as compared to the participants of other races. We can also see our mosaic plot, which graphically represents the contingency table. This plot is a special type of stacked bar plot that shows the percentage of data in each group. Next, we can look at the results of contingency table analysis, which shows us the results of the Pearson's chi-square test and the likelihood ratio test of independence. As we can see in the Pearson's chi-square test, the p-value is greater than 0.05, indicating that the difference in infection rates across different races was not statistically significant. Lastly, the odds ratio and relative risks are shown in the table below. These values measure the risk of a certain event happening in one group compared to the risk of the same event happening in another group. An odds ratio or relative risk greater than 1 indicates that the event is more likely to occur in the first group. Meanwhile, a value less than 1 indicates that the event is less likely to occur in the first group. For our data, the odds ratio of non-Hispanic white participants was 1.7542. This indicates that the odds of infection was 1.7542 times higher for non-Hispanic whites as compared to participants of other races. However, because 1 is within the 95% lower and upper confidence interval, this indicates that the odds ratio is not statistically significant. Overall, as we have seen in this video, analyzing contingency tables can help summarize the relationship between two categorical variables. Thank you for watching today's video in Statistical Analysis in Rex Pro. Don't forget to like and subscribe to RexSoft's YouTube channel for more informational videos on statistics, data, and how to use Rex.